Hi, Scorpio and Scorpio Rising. Here is your horoscope for December 2024. I'm Astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, here we are at the last month of the year, and it's been one hell of a ride. And we're going to slow down dramatically this month, and this is because Mercury starts off in retrograde, and Mars will go into retrograde. Mars is your co-ruler. Pluto is the modern ruler, and before we saw Pluto or discovered Pluto, Mars was your ruler, and Mars will go retrograde in your 10th house of career. So I'll talk about that in a minute. But overall, we have a month that is very interesting, to say the least, because we have two new moons as well. So we have one over here, and then we'll have a second one over here. And Venus will also be conjuncting your ruler right there this month, and it will be opposing Mars. So very interesting dynamics, either with the home life, real estate matters, your home, your office, whatever it is. We get some really interesting stuff on the horizon as we wind down the year of 2024. So let's dive in a little deeper and see what we find. Now, this reading is for anyone who has a rising sign in Scorpio or has a sun sign in Scorpio. This is a general sun sign reading using Western astrology, using tropical and whole house systems. It's very basic. It's very general because everyone's birthday is different and everyone's birth chart is completely different as well. So again, I have to be pretty basic. So we start off the month with the first new moon in Sagittarius right on the very first day, right there. So it's going to be at 9 degrees of Sagittarius, so wherever that is in your actual birth chart, that's the area you want to focus on. And it has a lot to do with income, values, beliefs, wanting to travel, explore, partnership potential. This is all in the mix here. But because the second house has to do with values and income and investments, so does the eighth house. So what that means is this is going to be, you're going to be thinking about the financial picture. Maybe there's a new opportunity coming your way to make more income or investments. These are all going to be at the forefront. Maybe something from the past resurfaces because Mercury is retrograde. So be very careful about signing any new agreements or contracts around this new moon because Mercury is retrograde. Okay. But there's more because the new moon will also be squaring Saturn in the 5th house. So this is restlessness or this uncomfortable situation with this new moon. And again, it has to do with financial matters or investments. And it may have something to do with the economy. So if you live here in the United States, we just had an election. And it could be something like the markets are changing and so on. And we'll have to see how it plays itself out. But generally speaking, it has to do with income and values right there in the second house. Now, it could be something good, from the past as well. It really depends on your own personal birth chart. Now, Mars goes retrograde in Leo on the 6th. There it is in stationary position. It will go retrograde all the way through February, the end of February. It won't stay in Leo. It only stay in Leo until January 5th or 6th. And then it goes back into Cancer, into your 9th house. So when we have Mars retrograde, we tend to go within. We're trying to discover things from the past. So again, this is about your 10th house of career. So you're questioning your business. You're questioning your purpose. You're questioning your job. You're questioning, at this time, is this what I really want? I'm not sure. You're going to be really starting off the new year, questioning all of it because of the Mars retrograde, because of Mercury also retrograde. And so again, we're all going to be kind of in the same boat, so please don't obsess about it. I know it's easy to say, but sometimes we have to just lay back and let the energy flow in order for us to get a better view of what it is that's coming in, okay? So we're in a transformational time right now. Now, the 7th is a very interesting dynamic because Venus enters Aquarius and right away conjuncts your ruler, Pluto, in the 4th house. So something new is evolving in your home life or something is changing in your home life. Something to do with your family dynamics, something to do with a relationship. Someone could surprise you. A friend or an acquaintance or somebody in your life may change things around in your world because anytime Pluto and Mercury are together like this, we could be in for some surprises. And so, we'll have to just see how it plays itself out. But I would say home life, absolutely. Relationship, absolutely. It could be something to do with investment, again, around real estate, because the fourth house rules real estate. So we have that dynamic at play. But what makes it so interesting is a few days after this, Venus starts to move past Pluto and will begin to oppose Mars as Mars makes its way backwards. So from now until the middle of the month, especially around the 15th, there's this tension in the air that you might be feeling, okay? Because it's the fourth house and the 10th house. Could have to do with career, could have to do with the home life, back and forth. And emotions will run pretty high during this time frame. So I'm kind of giving you guys a heads up. So pay attention to what evolves at the beginning of the month, because it's going to last until about the middle of the month. Now, Neptune goes direct on the 7th also. Not a big deal because it's an outer planet and moves pretty slow, but it is moving through your 5th house of creativity. So you might find innovative ways to move forward, or to be creative, or to be more loving, or to be involved in something new with your kids. This is all part of the dynamic of Neptune moving forward. So this will take about a week or so before it starts moving forward. So keep an eye on that one. Now, the full moon in Gemini on the 15th is going to be in that 8th house. This is what I was talking about earlier, referencing the connection between the 2nd house and the 8th house. These are the two money houses. And so, again, financial matters are on the table here, because it'll be at 23 degrees of Gemini. Okay, but it'll be squaring Neptune right there at 27. So we have another T-square coming into the picture here, which means confusion, something to do with money, something to do with a loved one. Okay, maybe there's expenditures. Maybe there's an investment that's not doing too well. Maybe there's children expenses. Maybe your kids are needing something and you need to shell out some money. But whatever it is, financial matters are on the table. It seems to be this whole month because of the 2nd house being activated. And Venus also is associated with finances, also being activated by your ruler and Mars. As you can see here, it just opposed, from the 7th through the 15th, it's been opposing Mars. So there's been a lot of tension in the air here, friends. So I'm just giving you a heads up that this full moon is going to bring something to a head, or a realization of some kind. Okay, so trust your spidey senses and see where it takes you. Now, Mercury also goes direct on the same day later on, and here it is in stationary position. So maybe you'll have some clarity or understanding coming into the mix, because now Mercury starts moving forward. Remember, throughout all of this, Mercury is still retrograde, so which means slowing down, confusing, revisiting the past, uncertain, and especially with Mercury and Mars both being retrograde after the 6th. So it's a confusing time. And maybe something going on with the economy or the politics, or, something crazy in the world. That is a possibility too. We're all kind of like, what's going on? Anyway, but we also have the holiday season. So let's not forget that time of the year where things tend to slow down a little bit too. Now, on the 21st, we have the Sun entering Capricorn right there in your 3rd house of ideas and communication. So this is normal this time of the year. And so you're preparing for the future, you're getting your goals, and you're getting yourself all regimented and organized in some way, especially having to do with work or health. This is on the table here, because as the sun makes its way into the 3rd house, it runs right into the north node right there, and it makes a connection to Mars right there in the career house. So there's definitely a lot of questions involving your business or your job as we go into the holiday season and we wind down the year. So keep an eye on that. But here is the 2nd new moon this month on the 30th. Now, this is going to be again in the 3rd house. It'll be at 9 degrees of Capricorn. So wherever that is in your birth chart, it'll be active there. Now, this is considered a black moon. And the reason it's considered a black moon is because the sun on the northern horizon is coming up very low at this time of the year. And so we are not going to be able to see this new moon. That's why it's considered a black moon. And what this suggests is an opportunity, something that you've been thinking about, rethinking about your business, about your job. The organization is going to be very strong here, a need to organize, a need to be a better person in the coming year, or looking at every aspect of your life, the people around you, the people closest to you. I mean, you're going to be thinking about everything, because the 3rd house is communication. Now, if you want to write or express yourself, this would be fantastic new moon for that. And so as you go into the new year, you might want to express yourself somehow. It could be anything as simple as writing a blog or doing more posts on social media or even writing a book. It's really up to you. But this is going to ignite some ideas and concepts that you'll want to project out. And so maybe having important conversations with staff or employees or coworkers. This is all going to be in the mix as well. So there's a serious overtone from the 21st on that you'll be dealing with. Okay. So there you have it. If you like this video and you want to learn more, I do extended horoscope videos each month in my private community. Here you go, the Inner Circle. And so I do extended horoscopes. I do weekly horoscopes. I now teach remote viewing. I teach astrology. And we interact every Sunday on the Zoom calls. So consider joining. There's a 7-day free trial right here. So you have no obligation, no nothing. If it doesn't work for you, that's okay too. But there you have, the link is down below. And I hope you consider joining. Anyway, have a great month. Do the best you can. And I will see you guys soon. Bye for now.